Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for class 11th biology students, and this is for 8th February 2021. As we are into the revision mode, we are revising the entire syllabus in the form of a sample paper. So far, see, last two rounds I did it in the form of test paper, wherein we restricted ourselves only to a particular chapter. Now it is for the entire syllabus, all the 22 chapters. So this is based on the latest pattern for your batch. And you need to remember that there are a lot of changes compared to last year. So particularly focus should be section A, and section A has 14 questions of 1 mark and 2 case based questions. This is important, and this itself has got 22 marks. And then section B has got 2 mark questions and 9 questions. 9 into 2, 18. Section C has 5 questions, 5 into 3, 15. And section D, long answer type questions, 5 mark questions, 5 into 3 questions, 15. So that's how the 70 marks is calculated for. So there is no overall choice, but it should not create any tension in you because a lot of internal choices have been there. Particularly for long answer, all the 3 questions will have internal choice. So keeping that in view, the basic aim of giving the sample paper is that you will get familiarized and you will feel comfortable after doing, say, something like 6 to 10 papers. 11th paper will be your annual exam paper. That should not be any problem to you. Okay, so be positive, always be happy, and when you are answering, you must relax and answer. Then your memory will be good. So we will try to read first questions from section A, then we will answer it. Question 1. The concept of new systematics was developed by which scientist? Now, after reading the question, what you should do is, from which chapter this question is coming, write down. Keep a separate notebook, and whatever sample papers I am giving to you, something like 10 papers, make it a separate notebook. And as you read the question, write chapter's name, and below that leave some space so that you can write the answer there only. That will become a very good notes for you during exams. You need not run through all the pages of your textbook. Question 2. Name the different cell junctions found in the tissues. Why psychos is called a living fossil. 4th. Define sliding filament theory of muscle contraction. 5th. Define epiphyllous arrangement of stamens. Question 6. What is the function of columnar epithelium? Question 7. During which phase of mitotic cell division chromosomes get separated? 8th. Define cellular respiration. Question 9. Mention the difference between hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. Here see, hyper and hypo. Question 10. Sort the following into actively or passively transported substances during reabsorption of GFR, glomerular filtration rate. Glucose, amino acids, nitrogenous waste, sodium ions, and water. Question 11. Assertion type. Archaebacteria are special since they live in some of the hardest habitats. Reason? Archaebacteria having a different cell wall structure, and this feature is responsible for their survival in extreme conditions. Assertion and reason both are correct statements, and reason is correct explanation for assertion. Assertion and reason both are correct statements, but reason is not correct explanation for assertion. C. Assertion is correct statement, but reason is wrong statement. D. Assertion is wrong statement, but reason is correct statement. And now you have got a choice for question number 11. You are finding it difficult, that question, you can go for this choice. Albigo parasites several crucifers. Parasitism. Reason: the disease infects leaves as well as stems. And the choices A, same. Assertion and reason both are correct statements, and reason is correct explanation for assertion. B. Assertion and reason both are correct statement, but reason is not correct explanation for assertion. A is correct statement, but R is wrong statement. D. A is wrong statement, but R is correct statement. Now question 12, assertion. If the tissue is fully burnt, all the carbon compounds are oxidized to gaseous forms like CO2, water vapor, and are removed, and remaining is called ash. Reason. Analysis of compounds present in ash gives an idea of the kind of organic and inorganic constituents present in living tissues. A. A and R both are correct, and R is correct explanation for A. B. A and R both are correct, but R is not correct explanation for A. C. A is correct, but R is wrong. D. A is wrong, but R is correct. Question 13. Assertion. Lipids present in the outer and inner side of the bilayer membrane are mostly the same. Reason. Oligosaccharides are attached to external surface as well as the inner surface of biomembrane. Now A and R both are correct statements, and R is correct explanation for A. B. A and R both are correct statements, but R is not correct explanation for A. C. A is correct, but R is wrong. D. A is wrong, but R is correct. Question 14. Assertion. The movement of air into and out of the lungs is carried out by creating a pressure gradient between the lungs and the atmosphere. Reason. The diaphragm and a specialized set of muscles, external and internal intercostals between the ribs, help in generation of such gradients. A and R both are correct, and R is correct explanation for A. B. A and R both are correct statements, but R is not correct explanation for A. C. A is correct, but R is wrong. D. A is wrong, but R is correct. Now question number 15. This is a new pattern of questions introduced for the first time to your batch. That is, one paragraph will be given. It is called case study questions. After that, 5 questions will be there. You need to answer only any 4. The prokaryotic cells are generally smaller and multiply more rapidly than the eukaryotic cells. They may vary greatly in shape and size. The organization of the prokaryotic cell is fundamentally similar, even though prokaryotes exhibit a wide variety of shapes and functions. Most prokaryotic cells, particularly bacterial cells, have a chemically complex cell envelope. Question. Which is the outermost layer of the cell envelope in prokaryotes? Glycocalyx, cell wall, plasma membrane, and mesosomes. Bacteria can be classified into dash groups on the basis of the differences in the cell envelopes and the manner in which they respond to the coloring procedure. Okay, Gram, developed by Gram, 2, 3, 5, and 4. Question 3. A special membranous structure called dash is formed by extensions of the plasma membrane into prokaryotic cell. Golgi body, ribosome, mesosome, and inclusion body. Question 4. The dash are small bristle-like fibers sprouting out of the cell. Pili, flagellum, pseudopodia, fimbriae. Next, assertion reasoning. Assertion. Glycocalyx in the cell envelope of the prokaryotes differs in composition and thickness among different bacteria. Reason. It could be a loose sheath called a capsule. Both A and R are true, but R is the correct explanation of the A. B. Both A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation of A. C. A is true, but R is false. D. Both A and R are false. Now, last question in this section, one more paragraph. In human beings, the lungs are situated in the thoracic chamber, which is formed dorsally by the vertebral column, ventrally by the sternum, laterally by the ribs, and on the lower side by the dome-shaped diaphragm. The anatomical setup of the lungs in the thorax is such that any change in the volume of the thoracic cavity will be reflected in the pulmonary cavity, lung cavity. Such an arrangement is essential for breathing. Breathing involves two stages, inspiration and expiration. Sometimes we call it as inhalation and exhalation. During respiration, the atmospheric air is drawn in, and during expiration, alveolar air is released out. Question 1. On an average, a healthy human breathes dash times per minute: 12 to 16, 18 to 20, 70 to 72, 80 to 84. Air is sucked into the lungs by dash. Ribs lift up, diaphragm flattens, ribs flatten, both ribs lift up as well as diaphragm flattens. Question 3. What term is used for the volume of air inspired or expired during normal respiration? TV, IRV, RV, and VC, vital capacity. Question 4. The residual volume of air is A. 6000 to 8000 ml, 2500 to 3000 ml, 1000 to 1100 ml, 1100 to 1200 ml. Now, diagram based question. The following statements are drawn as conclusions for the image shown. 1. The movement of air into and out of the lungs is carried out by creating pressure gradient. 2. Expiration can occur if the pressure within the lungs, intrapulmonary pressure, is less than the atmospheric pressure. 3rd, the diaphragm and a specialized set of muscles help in generation of pressure gradient. 4th, expiration is initiated by contraction of diaphragm, which increases the volume of thoracic chamber in the anterior-posterior axis. Now question, choose from below the correct alternative. A. Only one is true. B. 1 and 4 are true. C. 3rd and 4th are true. D. 1 and 3 are true. So these are the questions. Now you must have got a fair idea how section A will be.